Hey everyone, this is Philippe. Salut tout le monde. Today I am embarking on my 4x4x48 challenge. That's 4 miles every 4 hours for the next 48 hours. This is something I've been working up for the last couple of months, making sure that my legs are in good working order with good support from my coach, etc. It's a bit of a crazy thing, but it is a challenge, something that I've been looking to do for a while. So it's currently Thursday, it's 8 p.m. And I'll be starting my runs tonight and finishing on Saturday with my last run at 4 p.m. When I originally posted about this challenge, one of the comments I got from my friends was just, why? Why do you want to do that? And it's a really interesting question for me because I think that as I look back on where I've come from sort of just in my life in general, I've never been particularly athletic. I've never been particularly strong. I didn't do team sports. I was never much of a runner until a few years ago. And when I came across this challenge on Mark Lewis's channel on YouTube, it seemed like something that was both achievable and realistic while at the same time being extremely challenging. And I, as I said, have never been a particularly athletic person. I've never been very confident in my own athletic abilities. And so this was a way for me to just test myself in a way that I think is feasible and prove to myself in certain ways that I am strong, I am an athlete, I am capable of enduring physical hardship and pushing through and buckling down and getting it done, even though for most of my life I have never felt that way. And I have some very lofty goals for running in 2023, including my first ultra marathon, my first marathon, and absolutely crushing the telly this year with the help of my coach, Mike Porter. All of which is going to require a lot of grit, a lot of effort on my behalf, a lot of work that I know that I'm capable of, but doing this challenge will really prove to myself that I'm starting it off on the right foot and that if I can achieve this, then anything is possible. Now that's all fine and good, but I'm on the front end of this challenge as I'm recording this. My plan is to try and record a couple of clips as I go through this to showcase how I'm running indoors, outdoors, how I'm feeling, etc. So you'll be able to follow along my journey. I think right now I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty energized, but check in with me in 48 hours and see how I feel then. So thank you for watching this. Thank you for being here with me and watching my journey as I go through this, as I make this sort of time capsule for myself. And hopefully you get something out of it. And I know that I'm certainly hoping to. I hope this is all going to be worthwhile. So yeah, I will see you in 48 hours. So it's Friday morning, it's 12:35. I just finished set number 2. Feeling pretty good. No real complaints. I'm just gonna go inside now, get a bit of food, just a little bit, and then hit the bed, and then I'll be at it for another 3 hours. But so far, so good. No real complaints. It's mostly mental, staying on the treadmill at this hour of the night. But that's all I can do. I'm focused on the next one, not worried about anything in the future. But 40 hours remain, so see you soon. All right, so it's 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So I really don't want to be here right now. My bed was extremely comfortable, but I mean, here we are. So I'm gonna keep it nice and short. Get this done and then head back out there. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I just finished my 4th run. So it is the morning of Friday. So I got through my first night. Legs are feeling okay, a little bit stiff. Mentally, it's just very challenging. Trying to play games, tricks with myself to not see the time go by. Today, the weather is supposed to be pretty decent, like going up to 0 degrees and probably overcast or sunny. So I am going to try to do my noon run and my 4 p.m. run outdoors, which should help things around a little bit. I've been maintaining a pretty good pace on the treadmill, just under 6 minutes, so like around 5:50 or thereabouts per kilometer. So it's not bad. My legs, like I said, they're feeling a bit stiff, which is to be expected. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna make sure that I hydrate, take electrolytes, and I'm gonna hit it with the massage gun, see if that helps for the recovery. And I'm gonna have a shower. I didn't have showers overnight, just I didn't want to bother Susan while she was sleeping. So I've been changing out of clothes and then drying myself off and then getting into the bed. But now I'm gonna have a bit of food, massage my legs, and then also have a shower, not necessarily in that order. Other than that, I'm still pretty optimistic, still feeling pretty good. One of the things that I'm really focusing on is this idea that the challenge is like really daunting, like it's big, right? So I'm not trying to do all of them. I only need to focus on the one that's in front of me. And that's really what I'm keeping up here in my mind. It's very easy for thoughts to creep up of like, oh, Phil, you really think you can do this 8 more times? If I focus on that, it's almost a certainty that I'm gonna start having trouble. So I'm really not thinking about that. And I'm just focusing on getting through the next one. That's all I gotta do. I'll do the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and then eventually I'll be done. That's how I'm thinking about it. So yeah, that's where my mind is at after the first night. So it's 30% done. I've done 16 hours, so now 32 hours remain. So yeah, this is that. So the next time you see me, I'll probably be running outdoors. Should be for a nice change of pace. So that's run number 5 completed. That's 20 miles so far, so about 32K, something like that. I'm feeling pretty okay. It's great to be outside again. The only thing I can say is that my legs are pretty sore. My calves are pretty sore this time. So really gonna hit the massage gun when I get in, compression socks, try and recover a bit. And also I'm not eating enough. When I did my trial the first time, I overate. This time, I think I took it the other direction. So I'm gonna make sure that I get some good food now and get ready for the next one this afternoon. All right, so I am halfway done. I've done 6 sets. Works out to about 39K. I'm pretty tired. My legs are not doing so great. Although running in the daytime and especially running outdoors really does hit different. So as it stands right now, I've got another 6 sets to do. And yeah, so I'm gonna start again up at 8 p.m. Right now it's about 4:30. I'm gonna get my shower. I'm gonna get a lot of food because I'm starving. And yeah, and pick it up again for the back half. So thanks for sticking with me, and I'll talk to you soon. So I just finished my 7th set, which means that I've run 39 plus 6.5, 45.5 kilometers since yesterday. So I'm officially outside of marathon range and into, I guess, ultra marathon range. This is where it actually is starting to be a challenge. My legs are hurting. I'm definitely suffering from lack of rest. I should have been taking more naps during the day and listened to Susan, but I didn't, and so I'm sort of suffering for that right now. It's 8:40 on Friday. I'm also at a very large calorie deficit. There's no way of getting around that. I think, you know, if you look at how many steps I've done over the last, 24 hours, 20 hours, I guess, since this day has officially ticked over. Looking at my watch, I've done 46,000 steps, which for me equates to about 46 kilometers, which is, roughly what I've run. And my watch is telling me I have something like a 3,000 plus calorie deficit, in addition to like my usual, 1,600 calories of rest. So I've been having a lot of carbs. Susan baked bread for me, which is so sweet. So I've been having bread and jam to up my calorie intake. I've been having electrolytes to make sure that my sodium's on point. But despite that, my legs are still cramping a little bit when I'm at rest. This is where it gets hard. It wouldn't be a challenge if it was easy, right? So that's where I'm at with all of this. I'm gonna go inside now. I'm gonna have something to drink, have a bit of food, and then I'm gonna try and lie down from, probably around, 9:15 or so to about quarter to midnight before I get back on the treadmill, try and get a couple hours of rest and sort of start, stacking the odds in my favor. I've got to get through midnight and 4 a.m. And then it'll be daytime again. And like I said earlier, I think, daytime sort of hits different. It's mentally, it's a bit easier to get out there. And I've got my good friend Chris, who's coming to run 2 sets, my last 2 sets at noon and 4. So I know I'm getting through this, like whether I have to crawl across the finish line. My pace has gone down. I've been, keeping my pace lower to get through it a little bit more easily. But once Chris gets here, I know that I'll be able to complete it because he's not going to leave me behind. So as long as I can get to noon tomorrow, then I know it's in the bag. But like I was saying, I think previously, I'm really just focused on just get the rest and get to the next one and knock it down. I said right at the start, I'd feel differently, later on as the challenge progressed. I was very energized this time last night. And right now, I'm definitely in a mindset of like, this was a stupid idea. Like, why would anyone want to do this? Like, it's just so physically demanding, and like, for what? All this to say, it sucks. It's supposed to suck, but I'm taking it in stride. Now it's time to go eat some food and rest. So I just finished my last midnight run, and I can tell you that I'm glad that that's my last one, and I don't know if I'll ever be getting up this late to go for a run again in my life. It's hard, you guys. It's hard. My body hurts. I'm really tired. I have 4 more left to do to get through this challenge. I'm gonna get it done. It's not gonna be pretty, but I'm gonna get it done. So I made it through the night. The 4 a.m. run was brutal, probably my worst run yet. I had to walk for the last little bit just because my legs were just not feeling good. I was having weird like acid reflux issues, and I don't know why that was happening. Just overall, it was not a vibe. It was not a great time. My legs are, of course, really stiff, really sore. I'm shortening my strides a lot, trying to get more steps per minute and just to minimize the impact on the legs. But I guess, there's only so much that you can do once you've done this amount of distance in this amount of time. Like, stuff just starts to not work as well, and that's why it's a challenge, I suppose. In any event, I'm starting now my third last set after I get through this one. Then I've only got noon and 4 p.m. to do, and I'll have Chris with me for both of those, and they'll be outdoors as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think this is gonna be the last hard thing that I need to do. After that, it's just going through the rest of it with Chris, and like I think I said previously, I don't think that's gonna be too hard. So it's just a matter of pushing through this one, and honestly, I really don't care how it gets done at this point, as long as it happens. If I have to walk, then I have to walk, and that's the nature of the beast. I was really hoping that I would be able to complete every single set without walking at all, and it's just really not feasible, and like it hurts. Bottom line, it's tough to keep. Even though my pace is really low, it's tough to keep a pace like that for extended periods. So I think I don't feel disappointed in myself for having to switch to a bit of walking. But again, like, we're not talking like 50-50 either, right? I'm still mostly primarily running. So I mean, it's still a running challenge, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, and it's about time to hit the treadmill. So this is going to be my last indoor run. Third last run of this set, and I'm almost free to clear. Well, that's it. I am officially done my 4x4x48. I've run 48 miles, so about 78K. It was very difficult. The last 4 or 5 were quite challenging. When I was done at 8 this morning, I was not in a great place, but I had my friend Chris come over for the 12 o'clock run as well as the 4 o'clock run, and honestly, without him, it would have been much, much more difficult. Having a buddy to finish the last 2 was just absolutely clutch. When I came in, Susan had the champagne ready for me, which was so sweet of her, and I really feel accomplished, honestly. Definitely the hardest thing I've ever done physically. Cheers. But I feel accomplished. I'm proud of myself. And honestly, I'm not in too much of a bad way. Yes, my legs are very sore. Yes, I'm very stinky and I'm tired, but I think I'll be okay. I think with a bit of rest and tomorrow, I think I should be fine. I really have no real leg pain, knee pain, or anything to be getting on with, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm very glad that it's over, though. I'm glad that I did it, but I'm glad that it's over. And if you stuck with me this far, thank you so much for watching this journey and sharing my pain and my exhilaration, and just for being here and being one of the reasons that I kept going. So thank you so much. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found the challenge to be inspiring in some way for you, and I'm not suggesting that you should try this one in particular. It's definitely one of the more challenging ones. But, if you get something from this, I'll be very grateful. Anyways, thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.